Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. We've got folks from all over the world on the webinar this afternoon. I want to go ahead and mention if you have questions during the webinar, feel free to ask them in the question box on your screen. We've got folks here on board who are going to be responding to those questions during the webinar. So let's go ahead and get started. My name's Laura. I'm going to be your host for this webinar today. I'm one of the product marketing managers here in our Zoho office in Austin, Texas. I'm super excited to share these new features with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's our agenda for today. We're going to spend some time going over what's new in the CRM. We're also going to do an overview of our newest edition, CRM Plus. I'm going to go ahead and dive into more detail on a few of the new features. I know a lot of you are excited about the integration of Google AdWords with your CRM account. We know it's difficult to track folks when they click on your ad and then they're converted offline. So with this integration, you're going to be able to close the gap between your offline conversions and your online ads. Then we'll take a look at the new CRM View feature, which is available for our social activities and our new visitor tracking modules. And we'll look at how visitor tracking works. I also want to take some time to look at the new feeds feature and explain how it can help you stay on top of the important activities within your business. Then we're going to wrap up with a look at the newest additions to the hosted PBX phone systems. And we'll look at the integration with Zoho Surveys and Projects with your CRM. So as you can see, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. So what's new with Zoho CRM? So let's start with Google AdWords for Zoho CRM. So if you're not familiar with Google AdWords, these are the paid advertisements that pull into your results of a search when someone searches for one of your keywords on Google. So if you've done a search, you've probably noticed the little ads on the right side of your screen or on the top of your search results. These are all paid advertisements. So the integration with Google AdWords lets you follow your customer's journey from when they first click on your ad to the close. It lets you see your Google AdWord data for your impressions, your clicks, your costs, all right from your CRM. So that way you have a clear picture of which of your campaigns are the most profitable for you. So the goal of this feature is to help you close the loop between your online spending and your offline conversions. So Google AdWords is really impossible to demo live. We only update our information a couple times per day. So I'm just going to show a few screenshots as we talk about how it works. So this image that you see on your screen shows the AdWord integration and how it works with your Zoho CRM account. So when a prospect clicks on your ad, we're going to provide you with a unique click ID, which will identify the click on an ad. So after the prospect goes to your website and fills out your form, then that click ID is passed and stored in your database, and it creates a lead for your sales team. So then your awesome sales team is going to follow up with that lead, and when a deal is negotiated, that salesperson is going to enter that purchase into your database. So the problem with this process is that once the customer's information has been put into your database and then it's passed off to your sales team, an offline conversion starts. So how are you going to know which campaign is working the best for you and then giving you the most conversions? This is where CRM comes in. So when a deal closes, Zoho CRM then takes that information, pushes it back to Google AdWords to tell Google AdWords that a conversion just happened. So it's pretty magical to see which of your offline conversions are associated with a specific campaign. So you can see which of your keywords and campaigns are the most profitable to you and make adjustments accordingly. So when you close a deal, whether it's in person or on the phone, your CRM is going to send this information back to Google AdWords to let Google AdWords know, hey, we just closed a deal. Once you have a campaign running and you've had some offline conversions, you're going to want to create detailed reports to see which of your campaigns are performing the best and giving you the highest ROI. So here you can see the top 5 campaigns based on ROI. It's going to show you how much you spent, how many potentials were won, and the ROI associated with those. So this way you're not wasting your marketing budget on campaigns that aren't giving you the results that you want. So when you know which of your offline deals is associated with a specific ad campaign in Google AdWords, then you're able to make adjustments to your ads, you can change your keywords, and the amount you spend. So that way you're going to have optimized campaigns that bring in the best results for your business. So again, that's why is it important to know how your keywords and campaigns are performing? Because it doesn't make sense to pay for ads if they're aren't going to give you the results that are profitable for your business. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our CRM View, and we'll talk about this feature for a moment. So CRM View can be defined as a productivity filter for your leads, your potentials, contacts, and customers. So this feature lets you see which events are most important and who you should respond to first. This feature is available for the social, the activities, and the visits modules. So let's look at it. So here's the new CRM and what it the CRM View feature and what it looks like for your activities module. You can think of this view as a filter for your tasks that are associated with your customers, your open potentials, your leads, contacts, and other sources that aren't in your CRM yet. So if you sign into your CRM and you click on the activities module and you don't see this view layout, you can change it by selecting the little icon on the top right corner with the vertical lines. It's that little one right next to the Add New Task button. So when you click on any task or event on this list, it's going to expand the view for that specific activity. So this gives you the ability to see all the details associated with this specific activity. And notice on the right-hand side of the screen, you have the contact details that are associated with this particular activity. Our third feature in CRM is the visitor tracking feature. Now, this feature is really great because it gives you the information about the online behavior of your prospects before you call them. Think of this feature like you're getting the inside scoop to an important deal before you contact them. You'll be able to do a few things with visitor tracking. You'll get a notification in your CRM when one of your prospects is on your site, so you can engage with them while they're visiting your site. You'll also be able to see how much time they've spent on your site and which pages they visited. So you might be asking, why is it important to know which pages they visited? So more than likely, your customer visits the pages on your website that they are most interested in. So this can help you drive the conversation with them and lead them down a path that they are probably interested in. Your prospect might even feel like you're reading their mind. So with visitor tracking, there's 3 different visitor categories. We'll take a look at those because it's important to understand them. So a lead or contact is someone who's your initial point of contact, and they usually require a follow-up activity on your part to qualify them as a potential customer, and you want to do that before you pass them to your sales team. So then a customer, so this is the person who's bought your product or service in the past, and they have at least one potential that is in the closed won stage in your CRM. And then a potential customer is someone who has been qualified from the lead stage and has expressed an interest in your product or service. So this person has at least one open potential that your sales team is working hard to close on. So with CRM View for visits, this lets you see which lead, potential customer, or customer has visited your site the most. So with this information, that way you can decide who you should follow up with first. So you can ask yourself, is a lead more important to your business than a potential customer, or do you need to follow up with the customer first and then engage your lead? It might be hard to decide, who to follow up and who to engage with first. So we've included the deal size for a potential customer, the number of pages they visited, and the amount of time they've spent on your site. So this way you can see at a glance which of your biggest open potentials have been on your site the longest, and then you can engage with them accordingly. Again, with the CRM View, this has the same expandable feature as the view for activities. So if you click on one of the deals or the open potentials, a screen will expand to give you the detailed information about website activity on this particular customer. So as you can see, the contact who's associated with this potential has visited the home page, the contact page, offers, the deal of the day, and the help page. It also gives you all the contact information for this customer or this potential customer on the right-hand side of your screen, and any other activity that you've had with this person here. Here's just a closer view of that screen. So you can call them directly from your CRM, you can email them, you can see the potentials that they've lost, that are still open, that they've won. You can also see the past chat history of a particular open potential, as well as their past visit history, which sites on or which pages on your site have they visited in the past. So how do you know when a potential customer is on your website? You'll get an alert. So remember the 3 types of visitors that we talked about earlier. You'll get a new visitor alert. So this lets you see when someone who's not in your CRM is visiting your website. And it'll show you which pages they visited and how long they've been on those pages. It lets you invite them to chat. You'll also get a potential customer alert. Remember, that's someone who has an open potential with you already and your sales team is trying to close that deal. So when that alert pops up, it's going to give you the amount of the open potential. It also lets you invite them to chat, and it kind of gives you an overview of when their open potentials are expected to close. You can also get a customer alert. So remember, that's someone who already has a potential in the closed won stage in your CRM. So you'll see a summary of their potential history, and you can also invite them to chat. Alright, so we just finished looking at the visitor tracking feature. We're going to move on to talk about collaborating with your team using the new feeds feature. So the feeds feature is important because it lets you throw out ideas to your team so they can brainstorm and turn a simple idea into a great idea. You can also set autofollow rules so that you're notified when an important meeting is scheduled or one of your sales reps enters a new potential. So maybe you only want to be notified of a potential if it's greater than $500. You can set a autofollow rule so that you only follow potentials that are greater than $500. And the feeds feature also lets you create groups so that you can either tag a group or an individual in a post. And they'll receive a notification when they sign into their account that you've posted something that they need to pay attention to. So let's take a look at the feeds module. So here's what the feeds module looks like. You've probably noticed the new feeds feature in your navigation bar next to home. So if you click on that, you'll be able to see all the your feeds in your account. You can add new potential, so here's a notification that James Smith added a new potential. You can see all the details of that potential there. You're able to comment, make notes. And when notes are added to a potential from the feeds feed or from the feeds module, those notes are also saved in the contact record or the potential record, depending what type of comment it is in the feed. So here you can tag individuals or groups. If you've created groups, you just use the @ symbol and you start typing the person's name and it'll pull in the list of your users, allowing you to tag them. Remember, they get a notification anytime that you've tagged them. If a member is a part of a specific group that you've created and you tag the group, say your marketing group, then they're also going to get a notification that you've made a comment about the marketing group and that they need to go read it. So here you can see the little notification in the top right, the little bell. This person has 4 new notifications, and it kind of lists what those notifications are. Somebody posted a comment, someone added something, etc. And here this is the screenshot of the groups page that we've created for sales team. So you can make important announcements. You can attach files and let your sales team comment on those files, or your marketing team if you created a new piece of marketing collateral. And here's a create follow-up rule. So like I was saying earlier, if you want to follow or get notified anytime one of your sales team adds a potential that's greater than a certain amount of money. So here, if this is a big deal and we want to be notified anytime Tejas adds a potential that's greater than $2,000. So we're going to automatically follow that. It's going to pull into your feed. I will mention that any of your own activity that you create in your CRM account is automatically followed in your feed. So you can manage your follow-up rules. There's a button in the feed module that says Manage Follow-up Rules. You can edit them or delete them as you need to. Alright, we're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about integrating your CRM with Hosted PBX Systems. So a PBX system, if you're not familiar with what it is, it stands for a private branch exchange. And that's just a hardware system that handles routing and switching of calls between a business location and the telephone network. So if you're using a hosted PBX system like Twilio or Ringio or one of the others here on the screen, then making calls from your CRM system has really never been easier. So when your CRM is integrated with the PBX hosted system, you'll be able to make outgoing or receive incoming calls from your contacts or your accounts that have a phone number listed in the account. So for example, when you're receiving an incoming call from one of your contacts, you're going to get a notification on your screen with the information about that contact. That way you can see quickly if there are any open potentials for this specific contact. It gives you a little heads up before you say hello. You're also able to make notes during a call, which is a cool feature, and they're recorded in the contact record. So you can also schedule a task. So you can schedule a follow-up task as soon as the call's ended. That way you're not going to forget what you talked about, and you've already scheduled your next action item with this specific contact. That gives you the ability to move quickly on to your next task. And then when that call that you just scheduled is due, you're going to get a pop-up reminder on your screen, letting you know that it's time to call your contact. And you can either call them right there, or you can call them later if you're in the middle of something. But this way, there's no more excuses for letting things fall through the cracks. Alright, so we've looked at a lot so far. We're going to go ahead and move on to the integration with Zoho Survey. After all, we know that feedback from your clients is what enables you to make changes about how you run and operate your business. So when you integrate Zoho Surveys with your CRM, you're going to be able to send emails with surveys, and the results are going to be pulled back to your CRM. So from your CRM, you can create an email template and then insert a survey link. So then you can either send this to a lead or contact manually, or you can schedule a workflow rule so that email sends automatically based on a specific trigger. So say you want to send a feedback survey to a contact each time your sales team closes a potential. You can set this up as a workflow rule, and the email with the survey link will send as soon as the potential is closed. So no action required on your part. So you're also able to integrate Zoho campaigns with surveys, so that way you can send out email campaigns to a particular contact or lead list that you've synced from your CRM account with your campaign account. And then the results from the survey go back into the CRM, giving you the ability to see which lead or contact responded and what their responses were. Again, feedback is one of the best ways to know how your customers perceive you. I'd encourage you to go ahead and check this out, and don't forget to check for our other webinars. We have some that focus just on Zoho Survey, and it helps will walk you through the integration process. Alright, so we're just about finished with our webinar for today. But we're going to take a look at a couple more topics before we close out. So Zoho Projects is our project management software that lets you work collaboratively with your team. We know we all like to have a positive reputation, and so one way of doing that is to deliver your promises on time. So with the integration, so Zoho Projects is used by employees who are doing the work to log their process, and it's used by managers to track what gets done. So with Zoho Projects and CRM integration, you're basically closing the gap between your sales team and your task force. So with the integration, you're able to map your projects to your client accounts in your CRM. So this enables you to, again, deliver your promises on time to your clients. So this means when you enter a field in Zoho Projects, the field's mapped back to your Zoho CRM account. Also, from your CRM account, you'll be able to see all the projects that are assigned to that specific account and any tasks, milestones, or bugs that are associated with that project. You'll be able to see the status. You're also able to log a call, and then the information that's entered will be visible in the Zoho Projects task page. So you're also able to add tasks to a project from the CRM account record. So this gives your sales team the ability to communicate with your workforce, and then your workforce the ability to receive the information about new projects quickly. So overall, will close the gap between your sales team and your workforce, giving your client a seamless experience. And I don't really know anybody who wouldn't want that. I want to go ahead and show you a quick look at the new social user interface. Zoho Social will be coming out soon. But we've gone ahead and taken the CRM View feature and we've applied it here to Zoho Social. So I'm going to give you a glimpse at what that looks like. So if you're familiar with Hootsuite or TweetDeck, then you're going to recognize the layout. However, with Zoho Social, you're able to click on a tweet or a post and see all relevant information from the same screen. So here you can see who the sender was, their contact information that you have in their CRM system. You can see upcoming events or activities and any notes that you've made on a specific account. You're also able to respond or retweet from the same screen before moving on to the next post. So just think of it as a quick snapshot of any previous engagement you've had with the user. So this is a really handy feature with using social media and responding to posts and tweets quickly. And remember, you can connect your social media account to your CRM account and specific users to their specific Twitter or Facebook accounts, letting you interact seamlessly from your CRM. All right, so that brings us to the end of the webinar. I also wanted to mention that we've made all of our phone apps free for all of our customers who use any of our additions. I'd encourage you to take advantage of this and go download those apps. These apps give you access to your information wherever you are, so you can work on the go and not lose track of anything. Here is a full list of all of the new features that are available in each edition. So all editions include the new CRM View feature and the new Feeds feature. We've also thrown in more storage space, and then again the free mobile apps. The paid editions include all the features I just mentioned. It also includes visitor tracking in your CRM, integration with Zoho Survey and Zoho Projects. And then the Enterprise Professional Edition include all the features I just mentioned so far, plus integration with Google AdWords, integration with Hosted PBX phone systems, and the new social UI that's coming out soon. So if you have any questions about any of these additions, please let us know. I'm going to give you all of our contact information at the end of the webinar. And also wanted to mention, in case you haven't heard about our new edition, the CRM Plus edition. This bundled edition of Zoho CRM is bundled with 7 other products of our sales and marketing products specifically, and it's designed to help you acquire and retain more customers. So really it's a dream come true for sales and marketing professionals and businesses who really want to focus on their clients. We've designed this software to be customer-centric, meaning all these products work together, but with your customer in mind. So with the CRM Plus edition, you're really getting 8 products in one. You're getting Zoho CRM support, campaigns, Zoho Survey, Zoho Projects, Sales IQ, which includes the visitor tracking feature, Zoho Social, and Zoho Reports. Again, if you have any questions about these products, please contact our sales team. The awesome thing about CRM Plus is that it's just $50 per user per month. So if you calculate how much you're spending on all these different features, your email campaign provider, your CRM provider, your metrics provider, it's going to add up. So as you can see, this is a great deal. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the webinar today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please let us know if you have any questions about any of the features that were mentioned today. You can contact our sales team. The email's on your screen. It's sales@zohocorp.com, or give us a call at 1-888-204-3539. Also, check out our other webinars. The link's on your screen. We're always updating our webinar schedule and adding new ones that you'll find useful and helpful if you're using any of our products. It was a pleasure being with you all today, and I wish you the best as you dive in and start using those great new features.